So what are you looking for in database mining? You are trying to describe and discriminate specimens. So specimens are described with data and characteristics. And what you want to do is for a given entry, which group it belongs to, and what are the similarities between people or specimens from the same group, and what are the differences from other groups. So this is a way of describing present situation. And then you can use the present to predict the future by using the information about present classification to predict what will happen. So the idea is to learn using with a given set from which you know the labels, you know what you are looking at. You analyze what makes the difference between the different states described as a label. And then for each time you have a new entry, you will predict the belonging to one group of the other. You will find the label using the information you gain from the learning set. And of course, with each new entry, you can relearn and adapt the result that you found from these newer entries. So the idea is that you should not be static in your knowledge of the present. Each time you have a new entry, the present you are observing changes, and you have to use it to make your prediction better for the future. You also may want to find outlets, object, people different from the general trend. Why are they different? So it can be noise. So the sensor were not right. The entry was not right, so you mistyped something, or the calibration of your sensor was not right. So you have to study what is different. Is it something from the data, or is it something from the behavior which is different? And then you may want to change the way you are modeling the situation you're monitoring. So the information you will find can be of interest, but it also can be totally useless. And in order to distinguish between those two categories, you need to be able to measure the interest of the information you found. So the measure can be subjective. So the expert will say, okay, this is something I didn't know, so I think it is of importance, and I will use it later on. But it can also be objective measure based on statistic indicators, like support of confidence, which are indicators built on the number of observation you made, related to the observation showing or stressing the phenomenon you want to measure. So for instance, the confidence is here, the confidence of knowing that if you have the B phenomenon, then you will have also the A phenomenon, can be measured using this formula. So let's say, for instance, you want to know how many people will buy peanuts if they buy beer. Then you know how many people buy beer, and you measure how many people buy both. So this is a way of finding. So this is something you can measure in an objective way. And usability is something subjective. You imagine how you can use this new information and to make decisions. So when you're dealing with large database, a lot of patterns can be found. So you can be looking for all patterns, and in this case, it may take a lot of time, but you will be sure not to miss anything important. So you will look to the completeness of the study, but in some time, the database is very big and you don't have time or money to invest, and then what you're looking for is for optimization in this pattern identification, and you will make the assumption before studying the database of what kind of information you are looking to find, and then only look for these kind of information. It will reduce the time of the search, but it will also say that you may miss something. So this is a balance that you have to decide before doing the experiment.